Hey everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here with a process video. Today I'm going to be working with this 5x7 photo and the Dear Lizzy Lovely Day collection. Couldn't remember like Saturday? No, Lovely Day, wrong day. Okay, I'm also going to be pulling in some things from the Maggie Holmes, the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams collection and also the crepe paper... Oh, sugar, what is it? Oasis. Crepe paper Oasis. So I haven't worked with Lovely Day before, so I'm just kind of poking through, seeing what papers will work, and I'm going to end up using this dark blue crisscross pattern as my background. And I know it's a very dark background, but because the photo is just of the evening sky, it works out. I am, however, going to mat it with this diamond watercolor paper. And the reason is I do want to give your eyes a break and also just to highlight the photo. So I'm going to use the lighter side and then I'm going to glue it on completely crooked. So I decide to tear it all up just to get it down straighter, and I muck up that paper, but it's okay because it's such a small mat. I'm perfectly okay with it just being re-glued down and perfect. Ooh, got whacked by my tripod, got whacked somehow. Okay. So I want to use the other side of this diamond shape. So what I'm going to do is I decide to use the longer side, and I had an incident where apparently I don't know where my camera is, so when I went to show you what the name of the paper was, all you got was a really big close-up of my hands rather than what I did with this one, which is show you that this is Lovely Day. So I'm going to go ahead and move on, and I've decided to go ahead and ink up my papers using Distress Ink in Hickory Smoke. And I'm just going to quickly, I'm not the neatest at this. I end up, getting it everywhere. That's why I use the ink blending tool, because I find it's more forgiving and also gives a softer look than direct ink to paper, which I used to do a lot, but I'm just not very good at it, so I find the ink blending tool, as I said, just is more forgiving. So I did this layout on National Scrapbooking Day, and I did it as part of a Hip Kit forum on Facebook. One of their challenges was to use at least partially a hand-cut title. So I'm going to hand-cut part of my title, the word sky, and I'm going to start off by measuring carefully and using my T-square, and of course starting off on the wrong side because I actually want to use the B side of this, which is that coral polka dot, but I'm going to do it backwards, so putting the letter K on the watercolor diamond side. And so I do this for the K, and I'm speeding it up because in the end what I end up doing is just saying, ugh, this is so annoying, I'm just going to freehand it. So the K is nice and measured, but the truth is I'm not a measurer by any means. I don't do angles well. I'm not a big fan of geometry, so this Y ends up looking horrible. I do end up just freehanding it later on. But all of a sudden I'm like, what am I doing? Your other letter is an S. Of course that's not going to end up being perfect, so why on earth would your other ones be perfect either? So I go ahead and freehand cut the S, just kind of drawing it backwards, and I end up being really happy with it first time around. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off some of the extra parts, or some of the parts where it wasn't rounded enough. I'd ended up having an edge. Okay, so I'm moving on to my K, and I keep it pretty similar. I do make it just the slightest bit taller because I noticed that my S was slightly bigger, and while I am not looking for perfection here, I did want consistency. I'm going to move to my fine tip scissors just to get inside the little part of the K where it comes to a point, and here's where I go, this looks horrible, I'm just going to freehand it, and it turns out much better the second time around, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that out, and there's a reason I chose the word sky, and that is because I'm really not all that awesome at freehand cutting my titles. I have done this occasionally in the past, it's just not my first go-to. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of all my letters. One of the things that inking the edges does is it helps to hide the imperfections. There are plenty of imperfections when I use my scissors as opposed to my trimmer or pre-done letters. So once that is all set, I am pretty happy with how that turned out, and I'm just going to layer that next to my photo on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my photo, and because these crosshatch white stripes are wonky, I go ahead and use my T-square ruler again because I knew my eye would be completely fooled if I didn't use it, because it would be naturally drawn to try to line it up with those white stripes, and of course, as they're not even, that would drive me insane. So I'm getting the first part of my title down, and once I manage to add enough glue, because gosh knows I can't add enough glue, I'm going to go ahead and break into my Oasis gold script words that came as part of the line, and I'm going to use the word beautiful. So my entire title is Beautiful Sky, and it is. This is a photo my nephew took actually outside of his plane window, and I'm also going to use these stickers from the Oasis collection as well. I'm going to pull off a couple of these word phrase stickers. I think I use like amazing and what an adventure and stuff like that. Just, your basic travel stuff that everyone uses when they're talking about vacations. Now, it's time to go through the die cut pack from the Lovely Day collection. I pull out this little stamp die cut, and then, yeah, I'm going to use that Polaroid die cut as well. I consider using this larger one that I'm going to get to in a second that says, I love today, or something like that. Love this. I don't remember exactly what it says, but it's too big for where I want it to go. So instead, I'm going to pull out the mixed embellishment, and before I do that, I realize I need to add more gold. Because I've got that word beautiful there, I really want to add some more gold in throughout the layout, and while the Lovely Day collection does have some gold, I just wanted something different. So I pull out the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams chipboard stickers, and I pull out that little heart, and then I also pull out the stickers from that collection, and that also has some gold hearts, so I add that up by my title. Because I've got that bold pattern paper and this really, what I think is a very nice photo, I wanted to keep the embellishments on the simple side, so I don't do a lot after this. I did add those enamel dots from the Lovely Day collection, and now I'm thinking about what I want to do for my journaling. There isn't a lot of journaling for this, and I pulled out those label stickers from the Chasing Dreams collection and considered using them, but I thought, I don't know if those are going to work. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, so I went back to the Chasing Dreams chipboard and I added another heart just to add a little bit more depth up by the title. I finally decide to go back to the Chasing Dreams label stickers, and I go ahead and pull one to do my journaling. I have just a little bit of journaling talking about how, due to some delays, they ended up not flying out until sunset, but at least they got this beautiful view and got to take a lovely photo. I'm going to finish up my layout with some gold color shine. Heidi Swap gold color shine would be the proper way to say it. And then I'm just going to, because I dropped large amounts of it, I'm just going to use a napkin to sop up just a little bit so it doesn't get little oily residue. And that's going to finish up my layout for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Thanks to all my new subscribers. And of course, thank you so much to all of you who watch me all the time. I appreciate it so much. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I will answer it. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me here today, and have a lovely day. Bye, everyone. Bye.